Okay, so this is it, the graph of factor polynomials. It's all depending on two things. It's depending on the degree of the polynomial that you have and on the leading coefficient. So you can have an even degree or an odd degree. If it's an even number, you can have a positive leading coefficient or a negative leading coefficient. So if it's positive and even, then your graph, you should start somewhere up here and then pass through all your solutions and then finish over here. If you have a positive and an odd degree function, then your graph will be similar to the x cube function. Over here, you will cross the x-axis in your solutions. Start down here, finish up here. This is important. Now, if you have a negative leading coefficient and an even degree function, then your graph will be kind of like upside down. This is similar to the x square. This is similar to the negative x square. Over here, you'll have to cross through your solutions. And if you have a negative leading coefficient and an odd degree function, then your graph will be decreasing, a decreasing curve. Over here, same thing. This is my x-axis. I'm going to touch, I will pass through all my solutions. And it's also important to remember, if you have a parenthesis power 1, then your graph will just cross the x-axis. This is what I mean. This is what I mean by crossing the x-axis. If you have a parenthesis that is power 2, then the graph will just touch, or it will be tangent to the x-axis. Now, if you have a parenthesis which is cube, it will form an HPI, or so-called horizontal point of inflection. And from here on, all the parentheses, power 4, it will be just like power 2. Power 5, it will be just like power 3, and so on. So you'll be just repeating. Let me give you some examples.